lot can be said about the editing process from when we did 1111, with these strange occurrences. But disPLAY had its own entirely different set of problems that we dealt with in post-production. The first of which was a week after the concert, my entire backup system died in the process of doing a massive backup. So I lost the entire concert film. And I spent the next month trying out like anywhere between maybe 20 and 30 different recovery programs trying to get the footage back off of cards and drives and from various places, and ultimately I got it back, but it took days to try and find these programs and to run the processes, and it was always just a giant crapshoot to see if we'd even get anything back. And later on, Rob's drive died with all the artwork and the audio on it.
It was a backup of the audio, but still, my entire system just went.
Which ultimately, I had the software at this point to recover his drive, so we were able to get that and pull it and dump it on a new drive, and then get a second drive and back that up immediately.
And then we had the audio backed up on Victoria's drive, which was the one that was sent out to Vancouver to Ryan Worsley to mix. And then somewhere between Toronto and Vancouver and it getting hooked up to his computer, he wrote me a message and texted me, and I was like, there's nothing on this hard drive. So then I had to like find another backup from somewhere of the original audio and send that to him again. It was just like the wave of death. Like nobody wanted us to finish this project.
So, kids, back up your shit immediately. Do it right now. Pause this, go and back up your shit. Multiple times. I have triple backups of everything now.
Yeah.
Like, not one single backup is not enough. Triple backup. Everything.
No, not just one hard drive. Many. Multiples in different locations that aren't plugged in, and you only plug them in to back them up, and then you put them into a vault in a safe.
If you can't
That's temperature protected as well.
If you can't afford multiple hard drives, raise more money to afford the hard drives.
Run an Indiegogo campaign to get money for a hard drive to save your life.
It will save your life. It will save your life.
Part of the fun of putting this film together was being able to just step back from having to be in the headspace and physically in the place of performing, and to just watch the band. Because on stage, that's really not something I'm super conscious of, is what everyone's doing. I'm hearing things, but it's usually just you're in the moment and you're rolling with the energy. In rehearsals, for example, I'm usually turned inwards and I'm facing Devin. And that's very entertaining because I like to watch him. He's very, what's the word to describe him?
Devin is...
He's very cool. He's very slick.
Slick. He's dynamic in a very mechanical way, which I think is what you ideally want in a drummer.
Yeah.
And I'm flashing back specifically to this moment, which you can see in the film at the start of Boomerang, where he pauses at the end of the previous song, and there's this moment where he mechanically looks up and then starts going on. And we both laughed the first time we saw this moment as we were cutting the film together initially. And it's things like that where I guess maybe when you're performing on stage with a band, you don't catch all these little quirks about the performance.
Well, and sometimes you forget them, because in that exact moment, I was actually turned around facing Devin about to start the song, and I don't remember that he did that. So it's nice to kind of be reminded of things and kind of go like, ooh, what was I doing there? Or also like, hey, that was cool, we should do that again. So it's almost a learning tool in a way to just watch yourself and see what you're like, because we understand organically the experience of sharing with the audience, but we don't often know what that looks like. Or we don't often experience what they're seeing. So it's kind of cool to do that. I learned a lot, and it kind of affirmed that, yeah, I think we're doing okay on stage.
I mean, when we were playing, they had all these words and, you know, things going on in the background. And so I like the fact that the visual, that part of it was brought to the forefront. And so now, while you're watching the film, you're not only seeing the performance, you're also seeing what was happening on stage at the time, or, you know, you're seeing the filming, the black and white footage that was being shown, you know, whatever subliminal messages and words and whatever was going on. So yeah, I like that, and I like the way, you know, the black and white and the kind of like television noise was scattered throughout the film, and yeah, I just it's not just sitting watching a band play.
This is something, you know, as a drummer playing for many years, something I've never done before, and it's been a great experience from start to finish, and I can't wait to, you know, have that product and see it, and more importantly have people I know see it and enjoy it as much as I did, and it's really cool to be involved with that.
We ran into so many barriers along the way. I mean, I ended up, you know, having to spend a lot of time in the hospital, you know, getting treatment and a few things. Keiko's father passed away. Like, we just had so many delays, one after the other, which is why it's basically 2 years after the fact, and this is finally coming out. So it's kind of like we're standing on a mountain, and the completion of this project just represents a giant victory for everybody involved.
I'm basically just telling the film, fuck you. Fuck you, film. We did it.
Yep.